Why the biblical languages? The biblical languages are vital both for students and professors. Let me address the latter first. When professors are engaged with those languages and expect the students to be engaged with those languages, then the whole level of scholarship goes up in the entire classroom. And now you can have a discussion and an ambiance in the room where everybody is basically on the same page, which is an elevated page. For the students, it's vitally important to learn the languages because, well, you don't want to go back to watching TV in black and white, do you? You want to watch TV in color. You don't want to just look at a rose, you want to smell the rose, I tell the students. So when you're engaged with the languages, you pick up all kinds of things that you wouldn't otherwise. Now, they're not like magic tea leaves, okay? But to study the scriptures in the original languages, think about it, enables you to have a conversation with somebody from thousands of years ago. Because the fact of the matter is, you can't have as significant or robust a conversation with someone from thousands of years ago unless you understand the languages in which they were speaking, or in this case, in which the scriptures were written. That's one of the criteria for really understanding the authorial intent. There's the issue of puns and recognizing puns, so it's fun, but also, and perhaps more importantly, there's the issue of precision. Studying the original languages and this great humanist, not secular humanist, but Renaissance humanist notion of back to the sources, which the Reformation recaptured and bequeathed to the church, allows believers and especially trained ministers to go back and to deal with the primary sources in such a way that the scriptures can come alive, and it can prevent one from making certain mistakes that you would make otherwise. And I would add on to that, we're not just concerned for memorizing paradigms and memorizing vocabulary words, as important as that is, but in the biblical studies department especially, we're also concerned that people learn about how language works. So we deal with linguistics as well as the nitty-gritty philology of the languages that we're studying, namely Greek and Hebrew and occasionally Aramaic, and we teach other languages on campus here. We want to understand the way languages work and the way people communicate. That saves us from mistakes as well as studying the original languages. So ultimately it's about care of the scriptures, and it's about giving tremendous attention and consideration to what God has said to us. And if we really have this high view of the office of minister, how can we do otherwise? We want to have a high view of the languages basically because we have a high view of the office of the minister. You wouldn't want a doctor who'd never studied organic chemistry, would you? Well, so we want ministers who have engaged the original languages, can subject the arguments that they're presented with in the secondary material to rigorous analysis. And having studied the languages helps you do that.